An evaluator persona is a simple tool that helps us write with a real reader in mind. It's not a fictional gimmick. It's a disciplined way of asking who is likely to score this answer? What will they care about? What will worry them? And what evidence will help them award a high mark? Evaluator personas matter because bid teams often write from the inside out. We start with what we know, our process, our system, our experience, our people, our operating model, and our internal complexity. But evaluators read from the outside in. They ask, does this answer my question, reduce my risk, solve my problem, and give me confidence? So the purpose of an evaluator persona is to convert likely evaluator concerns into answer design. Let's take that typical local authority bid. One persona might be the head of service or service manager. Their concern is operational. They want to know whether the service will work on Monday morning, whether delivery is realistic, whether issues are escalated quickly, and whether performance can be managed without constant chasing. For this persona, the answer should include operating rhythms, shift or rota logic, named roles, escalation routes, KPI controls, evidence of similar delivery, and examples of corrective action. Another persona might be the finance or budget owner. Their concern is value and control. They want confidence that costs are transparent, income is protected, reconciliations are accurate, assumptions are clear, and optional services will not become uncontrolled spend. For this person, the answer should include cost boundaries, reconciliation controls, audit trails, revenue assurance, transparent reporting, and a clear distinction between core delivery and optional enhancement. A third person might be the customer experience or complaints lead. Their concern is resident impact. They want to know whether the supplier will reduce avoidable contact, handle vulnerable customers appropriately, meet response times, learn from complaints, and protect the council's reputation. For this persona, the answer should include customer journeys, complaint handling steps, accessibility support, vulnerability controls, quality assurance, and evidence of improvement. A fourth person might be the senior sponsor. Their concern is overall confidence. They may not focus on every operational detail, but they need the proposition to feel safe, credible, and aligned to the authority's priorities. For this persona, the answer should open clearly, avoid unnecessary complexity, show governance, link to policy outcomes, and explain why this solution is the lowest risk route to success. Building a persona does not need to take long. Use 5 headings. First, role. Who are they likely to be? Second, pressure. What are they accountable for? Third, worries. What could make them mark us down? Fourth, proof. What evidence would reassure them? Fifth, bid implication. How should the answer change? For example, role, operational evaluator, pressure, service continuity and performance, worries, weak mobilization, unclear staffing, poor escalation, generic reporting. Proof, rota examples, KPIs, action logs, named owners, contract examples. Bid implication, lead with the controlled delivery, then show the method and evidence. This is where personas become useful. They change the bid. If the persona work does not affect headings, proof, examples, emphasis, or review questions, it's just a theory. A good evaluator persona should help us make practical decisions. Should this answer start with technology or with risk reduction? Should we include a detailed process map or a short proof box? Should we use a national case study or a local example? Should we spend more space on governance, customer impact, value for money, or operational resilience? The persona helps answer those questions. It also helps reviewers. Instead of saying, this section reads well, the reviewer can ask, would the finance evaluator trust the cost controls? Would the service manager see enough operational control? Would the sponsor feel that this is safe? That is a better review conversation. The main lesson is personas are not about guessing personalities. They are about anticipating scoring concerns. We're not trying to manipulate evaluators. We're trying to make the answer more relevant, clearer, and easier to score. A strong persona turns a generic claim into a targeted reassurance point. And targeted reassurance is often the difference between a good answer and a high score.